the whole plot shifted completely. And I ended up writing about Edessa because it became central to the gospel story. And it's there in the gospel story, but you would never know it. What we have here is the most influential and connected prince in the whole of the world, connected to all of the empires of the known world.
A blasphemer against God.
You're the Judas. You have handed over the church to the monarchy.
Being sharply attacked, Herod's troops were defeated thanks to the help of the brave Armenians. Okay, now we can see the duplicity in the works of Josephus. So Josephus will not mention the king, he will not mention Edessa, and he calls them instead fugitives from Syria. Changing of this history to suit his Roman paymasters, because it was Rome that was paying for his books, and so what Rome wanted, Rome got, and Rome didn't want anyone to mention King Abgar of Edessa, who in this case formed an alliance with Aretas and made war upon Herod Antipas in Judea. And these, of course, by Moses of Corinne, are called the brave Armenians because King Akbar was the king of Armenia, of course, as well as his own city-state. So, yeah, we end up with this unknown place because it's been deleted from history called Edessa. The Syriacs were different because they were cut off from the rest of Christianity behind the Council of Nicaea, and they got cut off behind the Council of Chalcedon, and they got cut off from Western Christianity behind the Iron Curtain of Islam. And so the Syriac church was completely divorced and separate from Western Roman church. And whatever they were deciding to do in Rome, they had no control over what they were doing in Syria.
The gospel events actually happened in the AD 60s, not the AD 30s. This is the chronological chasm, and this chasm was intentional. It was designed to separate the gospel events from the tragic events of the Jewish revolt. Jesus is actually the leader of the Jewish revolt in the AD 60s.
You will rue this day, Raymond. You will rue this day. If I'm guilty, it's because I put my faith in a man who claimed to be our father instead of my trusted brothers. Misfortune will befall you who have wrongly condemned us. Hear me now. God will avenge us. God will avenge us.
But in real history, who do they say is the leader of the Jewish revolt? Now, this is an interesting question, and there is something a little bit odd here, because the leaders, the true leaders of the Jewish revolt, are never really named.